Hello guys, everyone. Andre here with Wings Mobile Detailing business topic today. Following last week's episode where I covered the top of marketing plan, how I market with Wings. What do I do? Do I do mostly Facebook, mostly Instagram, mostly Twitter or YouTube or whatever? How do you actually market? What steps did you have to use? And the answer is very simple on the podcast, which was all of them and as frequent as you can be. But today, and I explain about step one, step two, step three of marketing. Step one is for you to be the company that shows what the product is. Step two, which is normally on Facebook, everywhere actually, on your local gym. Step two is for you to educate the people on the product, about your product, about your service. You're the company who educate people, meaning you write blogs, you do YouTube video and explain to people. So most likely these people are gonna buy from you because they learned from you. And step three, you want to be the company who is there offering the service, because when people type usually on Google, that's where they go to buy the service. Usually when they're ready to close, when they want to educate themselves, they go to YouTube. When they want to buy that, make the final close decision, which all of them are just as important, but the third one is really important because when they are making the decision to buy, they go to Google most times. And why is that a really important step? Because when they go to Google to buy and your company's there, they're going to close from you and you make money. That's the reason for business. But if you're not following step one or two, you also don't get people to be aware of your product. But if you're on Google, how do we get to be on the first page of Google, which is search engine optimization, SEO? I'm sure you've heard a lot about it. You already know about it. You know some stuff, but you need to learn a little bit more. Or maybe you got cold calls. You receive cold calls as a business owner saying that your business was qualified to be on the front page of Google, and it's my job to fulfill that position with the most eligible business. Who got that spam? Please text me on Instagram under Andre Mezalira. Go to Instagram and text me if you ever got those spam. Exactly the way I said it. But guys, I'm just gonna give you my humble and honest what I know about SEO in relation to your website or Google Maps. How do you show up on Google Maps or organic? And I'm not gonna give you exactly. This is not gonna be like step by step of how do you program your website to be there, but an overall what affects SEO. Where you have to go to improve that. Not exactly how, but what you got to do. So stay with the intro. Thank you so much for continue listening for this first 3 minutes introduction. Might as well change the intro soon.
Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast, the only podcast that will guide you on how to start and grow six-figure companies. As our team expand from one business location to worldwide domination, you will get step-by-step insights from a millennial franchisor and franchise owner with your host, Andre Mezalira.
Thank you so much for continuing after this introduction. So you guys know SEO, search engine optimization. This is, if you don't know the importance of it, look back on my previous podcast of last week and on the my marketing plan walkthrough. I did a whole episode of my marketing plan. What I do is it's so simple. It's nothing technical. And this podcast is just going to be just as simple, but specifically on the topic of search engine optimization, getting on the front page of Google. It's going to be a short podcast. And starting off, as you guys already know the importance, you guys already paused this, went through the last weeks, listened to the whole thing, and now you guys want to see, what do I do? What's the difference? Getting on the front page of Google, it's really simple. It is really, really, really simple. It doesn't work as quick for every company, for every industry. There's no magic formula that if you do this special thing here as often as you can, you're gonna get ahead. There used to be more. There used to be more things that you were able to do. Let's say have a website with multiple domains connected to your one page, and that would improve your first placement on Google. But nowadays, if you do that, it's even worse, because Google's algorithm, they are learning each and every single day, and those people who force themselves, those companies who try to force themselves into the first page by doing this little techie, multiple domain connection to one website, they get penalized. Google's algorithm is getting really smart, which they're penalizing people doing that. Same with if you put an address there and you start going everywhere in the directories, and then the address doesn't exist anymore and you do a different one, just to try to help your Google placement. Or if you put a lot of keywords on your website, but a lot of them, thinking, okay, awesome, Google is going to recognize them, going to get on the front page. Before, this used to work. But nowadays, Google actually penalizes you for that. Their algorithm's getting smart. So the best way to like to do to not run the risk of getting penalized by Google is to do it, not overdo it. And what is getting on the first page of Google? If you offer a service, particularly a service, because I offer an auto detailing service, that's what I can tell about more, is you want to be on the map section. Which, if you're in the map section, then underneath the map section, there's all the organic, which actually shows the website. The map section are from Google My Business. When you create a business from Google My Business account, there, you're on the maps. And I'm going to go through the steps of what you can do on the Google My Business account to improve that. But the map section it doesn't have much to do with your website. That's what people get confused with. I want to make a nice website with H1 headings and everything, set it up inside the website so that when I create the website, I can show on the first page of the map section. But no, the map section is solely dependent upon how well your Google My Business account does. And if you're a business, you have to have a Google My Business account. That's the only way you're going to show up on a map section. You go to Google My Business, you put your name there, put your address, has to be correct. Put your telephone number, has to be a legit one. On the descriptions, you put the services you offer. And the About Us page of the Google My Business, when you're creating that, on the description, you want to use the keywords that people use to search for your company. You want to plug those keywords in there, but you don't want to repeat those words too much, because then Google is going to be like, oh, this guy's actually is overdoing it to take advantage of it, and then you get penalized. So you also don't want to do it, but you can do it in a way that you do it once, that you're telling about your service, and at the same time including those keywords there, which are very important. For you to find the keywords that work for you, just simply type on Google your industry and top keywords for your industry, for your company, for whatever service you do. And then you're going to find there. And you can include in the description, make sure the company hours in Google My Business, everything is good and set up. And now, bam, your Google My Business, your account is active there. You want to post often. On Google My Business. Because you may think, okay, people don't look at here much, but think about the customers not only doing this just to take advantage, to try to take advantage and go on the first page, but actually think about it as you're helping the customer if you add pictures on it. That's why you want to add pictures, for example. When clients go to Google My Business and they type your company name, if you go to a restaurant, then you go to Google, get the location to see the food. You click on the map section there of the restaurant. You want to see some pictures. So post pictures on your Google My Business, because that's how they're gonna show up. Whatever picture, put their videos, pictures of team, because that does help the placement of your Google placement account. So you definitely want to put photos. And you want to then start posting. Do a schedule, like I posted an episode last week. Make a schedule how often you want to post on Facebook, among other things. But also include on your schedule how often you want to post on the Google My Business page. You can post, now you can do the COVID-19 update saying that you're open, because some businesses are unfortunately closed. And, if you put a COVID-19, we're open and operating and this and that under the COVID-19 thing, people are already going to look at it once you're in the first page there. But doing these things, posting often on Google My Business is important, but that's just the first step. It's just the first step of getting the front page. You will start you want to start getting reviews for your Google My Business page. Get Google reviews, because having 5-star reviews, it's going to improve the placement of your business on Google. But what is going to improve the placement is how much attention your business is getting on Google. Not just on Google, but in other means. How many places people are talking about your business online. And the more people talk about your business online, or they click on your Google My Business page and they go to call you, and then you answer the phone and you service them, the more the Google is going to improve the business, because the more relevant it's going to be. So you offer this type of services, people look for this type of service, they call you, you answer, bam, more people are doing that. It's finding other places, it's relevant. Google wants to help people to find the right place, and that's open. So getting those 5-star reviews getting reviews overall is gonna help, because people are going to start to talk about your business. When they put a review, it means they went to Google, they clicked on your business, bam, it's another credit for Google to put your business up. Now, why is it important to get 5-star reviews? I think that goes without saying, because when people actually look at your business, once you get in the first page or wherever you are, and then they're going to pick between about 3 business options that's there. They're going to pick the one with 5-star. So that's why you want to have 5-star. But now Google is the first step of the Google Map section. And you posting frequently. When you post, one little quick tip here. When you post, I like to use keywords when you're doing posts. Just like you post on Facebook, regular posts. For you to post, you have to click on what's new on the Google My Business page. Usually use keywords, auto detailing here, put the phone number, put a link that takes to your website. Everything's connected. And every time you post pictures as often as you can post. Oh, can I post too many pictures? Is there a problem? The answer is no. Can I post too little, amount of pictures? Is there a problem? The answer is yes. So post as much as you can. Now you have the Google that. Now you want to have directories. So for you to get directories is you go to, Yellow Pages, Bing, Yahoo.com, a lot of other websites, directory websites. And you want to create a bunch of those. A lot of times you can pay people for those directories. I'm not going to go too deep into this. I'm just going to tell you guys, you guys can look up online and see, how do I put my business into directories. And you can create a lot of them and put your business there. As long as the business name is complete on each directory, just like it says on Google My Business, the business phone number, the address, definitely something very important, or the zip code, whatever you're using, and the website. Hours of operations is important. Photos on each directory is good, but those 3 things is the most important ones that it has to be. Because now if you put a different address on each directory that you do, and you can create 50, 60, 100 directories. There's a bunch. I can't even name them. But it has to be all the same, because if you use a different address for any directories, Google is going to get confused. The algorithm will get confused, and it might penalize your business, and it's going to start dropping from the first page. Voila. That's the secret to getting on the front page of Google in the map section. and you continue posting. Angie's List is something really good, important, depending on what type of service you do. Um, it's really relevant to what type of service you do. There's some that are stronger, other that are weak. But Angie's List, if you get reviews on Angie's List, it's directly connected to Google My Business. And if you get reviews there, and if your business is there as well, people are gonna talk and leave review there. It's gonna improve on Google placement. The more people talk about your business, the more you post around other medias or other directories, Yelp, Angie's List, Facebook, the more you're relevant, even on YouTube. But on the Google My Business, on the map section, that's the important thing. The Google My Business account, which is primarily, and the directories. Now, if you scroll down, there's the organic section. If you scroll down from the maps a little bit, you're going to see the strongest websites. At times, it's going to be Angie's List, depending what you do, or Yelp, or another strong website that says, okay, the best service provider in town for the service you do or product that you sell. But if you scroll down, that's when it's related to your website. If you scroll down, for you to get on the front page there, now it's not about you being 5-star on Google My Business or directories. That organic section, now that's about your website. For you to improve that, you have to have a really good website. The back end of your website needs to be with the H1, H2 headings done correctly, with keywords, not excessive keywords in excess. Because then if you have excess, as I said, you're going to get penalized. But that organic section is directly related to our website. Each page of our website you can go to get a crawl on Google. But you see the connection here, guys. Google Maps, that's what I want to do this podcast on. It's different. Google Maps is not much about your website. The organic section is. But why do people put too much credit on the website if it's not on the map? It has nothing to do. It has not much to do with the map section, because it's also important. It's also important that you are, you're on the map section and you are underneath on the organic section. Because some people may scroll down a little bit and bam, they see your company there again. Chances are they're going to click on it and call you because they've seen 5-star reviews. They pass through the map. They go down. You wanna suck as much attention as you can from those people who are looking up on Google. You want to be a sponge. And maybe if you're even above the map section where you're running ads, that's even better. But sometimes at the beginning, you don't want to spend money on ads. And you don't want to do that. That's you got to be patient at times. But, if you're there, that's also a plus. And the organic section is all about your website as well. And that's something you can learn. Or you can be a really reputable company who can do everything really well to set up your website recognizable on Google and not get penalized. Use the correct keywords there on the website. Do it mobile friendly, because if you have a website that's not mobile friendly, Google is not going to much want to put you on the front page, because a lot of people, at least for me, for example, 55 to 60% of people looking for my business is on my mobile device. So, nowadays, most businesses are like that. If not more, if not 70 or 80%, they're on mobile devices. And if you are like my last episode that I posted everywhere, promoting everywhere on Twitter, YouTube, then it's even better. It works even better for the Google placement, because Google takes that into consideration for your business to grow up there. If you type Wings Mobile Detailing, for example, on Google, go type it, and there, if you scroll down all the way down, you see, or in the middle, you're gonna see videos. Maybe you're gonna see videos about the business, and those videos are from YouTube, because we also post videos on YouTube, and this is where you're gonna find the videos from. So guys, being relevant is important. Not trying to overdo and you might get penalized if you don't know much of what you're doing when you're creating a website and you want to try to think that commit the same mistake that I committed before, where I wanted to buy another domain name and throw it to connect with my existing website so that I have multiple domains going to one website, thinking that, awesome, I'm getting all this attention, all those domains all going to my website is good, but it's not. Don't commit this mistake. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Personal experience, personal mistake. Because Google does actually penalize now if you do that. Same thing. You want to be irrelevant. You want to think, put yourself in people's mind. But here's the connection between SEO. Google is one thing, Google My Business and Google Maps, they're completely connected. And underneath organic sections, mostly it's about your website, how well your website is built for you to get really well ranked on the mobile and on the organic side. Now, when you go to Google and you type the industry in which your business is in, and you scroll down to the organic site part, not the map, you pass the map section, you may see there those strong websites which are almost impossible to pass. At least not impossible, everything can done, but they're really strong companies like Yelp, Angie's List. If they're on top, I don't know what you find on your industry, but on mine, for example, I find Yelp, and because the Yelp is a directory that they promote businesses. And if you're worried about, I want to pass Yelp, so my website is actually on top of Yelp, good for you, awesome. But why don't you take advantage and use Yelp to put your business there as well and advertise? And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean here. If you go to Google and type plumbing services near me, so I'm doing it right now as I speak, and I scroll down, I'm going to see Yelp. Yes, I'm going to see Yelp again. And so what do you want to do? You want to be advertising on Yelp. That's how if you have the means to pay for ads, you want to be advertising on Yelp. Why? Because Yelp is there on the first thing. Advertise, put yourself in customers' shoes when you go to advertise. If you go to Google and you can advertise on Google Ads to be on top of the map section, bam. And if you're on the map section, another point. And if you're underneath on the organic section, another point. And if you're inside Yelp, when people click on Yelp because they want to see the best services for plumbing, and you're inside Yelp, that's how you become omnipresent on the internet. It takes time. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time. But doing that, guys, this connection with Google, organic, that's how you want to advertise. You can also advertise on all other means, but I'm talking specifically about Google here. It's at times, if you have a business who you created and it's taking a long time for you to show up on the first page, and you're doing all these things that I'm telling you to do, go check on your Google My Business. Make sure that your address is correct in all directories. Maybe there could be a mistake there as far as the map section goes. Check if your address has been verified, because if your address hasn't been verified, you're not even going to show in the Google Maps. No. If you're a mobile business, if you're a mobile business, you provide services going to people's homes, then you're not able to verify your address because you're going to select, you don't do business in a specific location. So you can select that tab that you service these areas. And bam, you can still grow on the first page. And when people type your business or your industry on Google and they see the little map there with your business on the map, they're going to see the map but covering the area, all that you service, not in a specific location. So that's how you want to do. But the one thing is that Google made this change, I think it was about last year, 2020. They made this change where if you're a mobile business, you have to put that you select. You have to put that you're a mobile business, that you offer services um, to a bunch of areas, whatever your service, and not you're actually advised to not put a address there. Because when you put an address is when you have a specific location. So if you're a mobile business, just put various address, the service locations that you service. Now, some people still put an address in specific, as they have a legit address there, and they put it, even though they service people at people's houses, they're a mobile business, because that does help into getting the first page of Google. That's as of right now, beginning of 2021. It does help to get on the front page of Google if you have a specific address. If you're going to put your home address, it's better for people to not see that, but it helps to get on the front page because you're more local, and people who are searching for your business really local, and you have an address there, it helps to be on the front page. You could run through the risk, though, of getting penalized depending how Google changes their algorithm. So you might not want to risk that. What I recommend, even though it may be better for you to put an actual address as a mobile business, but I would still recommend for you to not put in specific address, your home address, and just select the toggle that you provide services at people's houses. And if you're worried that it might take more time for your placement to go up, it might. But at the same time, you're secure that your business is not gonna get penalized, or they're gonna unverify your business, and they're gonna penalize your business, and it's gonna turn out worse than you're trying to. So it's up to you. If you don't want to run that risk long term, and you want to grow your business to the front page of Google, it might take more time in the map section if you put as you offer services mobile. But once you're there, you're there. For you to stay there, it's not hard. So start off at the beginning the right way, and eliminate the chances of getting penalized. That's what I do. That's what I usually recommend. Obviously, guys, it's just my tip. You guys have more other better ideas. But if you have any questions as well, send me a message on Instagram. I'll be happy to help. I'm not the greatest, but I might help you in taking you where you can learn more about this from, because I don't know everything. I run a actual business here, and I might take you. Hey, you wanna learn about. If you have some questions about the website, I might send you a YouTube video, whatever, because I may not know anything about you, what you're trying to ask me. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast on SEO. And if you did ever get those calls from the marketing people, calling you offering SEO services, what I like to do, my greatest advice here of this episode is, if somebody calls you saying that it's their job to place your company in the first page of Google, and that your business got qualified to be there, and it's their job to fulfill that position. First of all, that's bullshit. It's no qualification, and the advice here is to just hang up the phone.